anyway, I knew that I had to get my portable equipment. We had 5 pieces in the trailer, so I started getting it out, and my corporal sent him up to the first terrace, 25, 30 yards up. There was the first terrace, the second terrace, and the third terrace. And I got the transmitter out, and I'll have a picture of what it looks like here shortly. And at any rate, the shell landed real close to the boat again, and there was a Lieutenant J.G. officer in that boat, and he told by this time when I was getting my equipment out, I didn't want to get my feet wet, so I was had one foot on the Jeep bumper, one on the trailer, and that's where I was when the Lieutenant J.G. told the coxswain, says, "Ram it forward." Well, I'm in between the trailer and the Jeep. It centers me in there, and he hooks it like that, and then he reverses it real quick, and he got away. Now, I kid you not, just seconds after he'd left, well, the shell would have come right on top of him and sit right out there. And anyway, we got our portable gear, electrical gear up, and we went to the first terrace. Then we went to the second terrace, and we got hung up there. It's like enfilading fire. There's fire coming from Suribachi at us at the second terrace, and there's also fire coming from the airfield below. And we got there at 1 o'clock. At that point, couldn't go any further. And my lieutenant was worried about me. He was always with the battalion commander, and he made a special trip up there to tell us, "Don't try to go through that." I said, "No, sir, we're only going to do that." And at any rate, that's a little bit about what we had done going there. I'm going to start with the pictures here. Now, this is all the air liaison. This is at Eniwetok. We were a reserve battalion, so we did not have a mock-up like they have right here on this one. This ship happens to be the USS Hansford, belonged to actually Lieutenant Colonel John Butler of the 27th Regiment, 2nd Battalion was there. John Vassalone was in that outfit, and he was on that ship. And here, this guy right here is Chuck Tatum. He was a machine gunner with Vassalone, and when he got in, another little story in him, he got up there and he lined his machine gun up, and he wasn't hitting anything. Vassalone went up to him and says, "Aperture, aperture," pointed at it. And he pointed it, and then he hit the aperture with a machine gun, and the Japs come out of the back side. Now they have had a squad that would wipe them out when they come out. So now this what we were doing here, that's my corporal, Bob Wonderland. That's my PFC right there, Reno Francisco Bertoncello, blue-eyed blonde Italian. We had fun with that. And let's see, this is Tommy Roper, I remember. And now I'm, let me see, you don't have it up far enough. So you look right here, I got my hand, see where my hand is? Yeah. Yeah, I see.
It's on the far.
Oh, it's down below, right down there. But anyway, I'm up against the bulkhead there, and So let's go ahead and move on. Yeah, there we are with everybody there. That's where I'm at right there. As I said, it was at Eniwetok, and we went over to this ship to view this deal, and that was the first time we found out where we was going, and we were almost there.
Tell them about the swimming part.
Huh?
Tell them about the swimming part.
Oh, yeah, while we was, just before we went on that other deal, the captain on our ship let guys go swimming in that clear water there. So they were diving down, they'd been swimming for about 20 minutes, and a Marine went and found the sailor that was in charge of the heads on the ship. And he said, when I give you the signal, I want you to flush them. Now, he flushed all three of them. I say it's the debris, you know. And it was just as when those guys diving down off the ship. You don't think Marines like to have fun. This is just, you can see Suribachi pretty well right there. And that's, like I said, 560 feet high. And this is Green Beach right along there. Next one. Now this one, here is the transmitter. And here's the end in a generator bag. And the guy right here has a receiver. So this is the Air Liaison Party number 11. And it's the 1st Battalion when they came in. This was at 9:02 that day, 9 o'clock was HR. And they landed here. Now this guy's name is Staff Sergeant Klaus E. Smith. And if you think about Smith, it's kind of German, right? Well, look at this clipboard that dude has right there. If I'd have had one, I'd have tossed it into the ocean, but he had one. Now, this guy right here is with our naval gunfire. His name is Griffin. And notice that right here is a M1. Now, these guys landed a little after the first wave there. Now, this is what we call a first terrace. Now, you'll be able to see the next one that gets going. Now this is Green Beach right here. All of this right in here, and I don't know exactly what time it was, but at any rate, next one. Now this is some of the debris when we came in at 10:30. All of this happened before 10:30 was the first waves that come in. And that's what happened to the Higgins boats along that area. All right, here's another. Now this radio jeep here, this is 4th Division people, and they have a radio jeep. Now that was what my radio jeep looked like. It had an antenna in it, it had a transmitter there and a receiver on the other side in there. And that's what we lost pretty quickly on Green Beach. Next one. All right, this is a picture of Tail End Charlie. Now, the reason it's Tail End Charlie, now he just dropped a bomb on this. It doesn't look like it, but it's about 200 yards out to where this was. The Japanese had come out in a little trench and come up and set a machine gun nest there. And so on D+1, we called in a 5-plane airstrike with 100-pound bombs and bombed them right there. And that is the smoke from it right there. Now we're sitting out just right out here where our Air Liaison Party position was. Now this is a 37mm gun. Now in the archives, still today, this is identified as an artillery position. General Haynes says, that's no piece of artillery. Anyway, and I tried to get it changed and explain to them, and they still haven't done it. When I go back up to the museum this coming year well, it'd be
DC.
south of there, Quantico.
Yeah.
That's where it is. All right. So this is cemetery, and it had, I don't remember how many, 2,000 or so in there. There was. Now, right here, this is just down below Suribachi. Look down here, there's a Japanese. Now, he's alive, believe it or not. And, and he has a grenade somewhere over here, and they weren't quite sure what they ought to do about him, but they went down in there, and I think we have a picture of him sitting up, and they gave him a cigarette. There's another one. That's another one there. I don't know if we had it, do we? No, well, anyway. Now this is the picture of the guys who went up on the fourth day to raise the flag, the little small flag. Anyway, that's and this is when the guy brought the second flag up. They decided what happened was when they put the first flag up, the Secretary of Navy Forstall was out there with Howland Med Smith, and he says, Howland, he says, this flag will be 500 years for the Marine Corps. But he also apparently told him he would like to have that flag. Now, Colonel Johnson of the AE, this was Easy Company 2nd Battalion 28, Colonel Johnson, they called him down the chain of command. That's because we work for the Secretary of Navy, and so that's a direct order. So now I'm 200 yards away from Colonel Johnson's command post. He's back over this way. He says, that SOB's not going to get that flag, that's our flag. Now what he did, he went and got his adjutant and he told him, go down to the beach and get a flag to replace that one, we want ours. And he said, by the way, get a big one if you can. And he did. So that is the big flag going up with guys. And we'll have that picture here in a minute. So that is, there it is right there. Okay. This is the one that Rosenthal was up there, and he was down here, and he was fumbling around. He was a little short fellow, and he fixed him some bags to stand on, and he looked down the corner of his eye, and they were raising that flag. Well, we have, of course, we have the one with you that's they're raising, lowering that one. Where's the one there, lower and raise? So, okay, well, all right, let's go back to that one.